Welcome back children to your physics class. In the last class, you remember we derived the first equation of motion. What is the equation? Yes, V minus U equal to AT. And as I told you, for all the three derivations, we will be using the velocity time graphs. And for the first equation, we calculated the acceleration, we found the slope, and then finally we derived at the equation. Now today we are going to derive the second equation of motion. Which is the second equation of motion? Yes, S equal to ut plus half at square. You can see here that in this particular equation we have a quantity called S, which denotes the distance or the position of the moving object. So here, now again go back to the graphs and try to recollect using a velocity time graph, how do you calculate the distance? You are right, by calculating the area below the graph, we are calculating the distance. So we are going to consider the same graph here, velocity time graph. And we are seeing that this particular object has uniform acceleration, meaning the velocity increases at regular intervals. The x-axis represents time and the y-axis represents velocity. So if you see the graph AB, how do you find the distance? We have to find the complete area below this line AB. So only when we find the complete area, we can calculate the distance. So like the previous time, we are just going to complete the figure. From point B, we will draw a perpendicular line to C, to the time axis. Again, from point A, we will draw a parallel line to the time axis, and it will touch this line at the point D. And again from point B, we will draw a line perpendicular to the velocity axis at E. So this complete figure, if you see AOCB, this is the area enclosed below the line. So this area is what we are going to find to calculate the distance travelled by this object which has an initial velocity u, and here it has a final velocity v. Alright? So this is the velocity time graph, and if you can see here, distance S is nothing but the area of the figure AOCB. If you see this figure, we can divide it into two different figures. We can divide it into a triangle plus a rectangle. So in case we are calculating the area of the entire figure, we can also calculate it by calculating the area of the triangle ABD and the rectangle AOCD. So while calculating the distance, first we are going to calculate the area of the triangle and the area of the rectangle, and we are going to add to calculate the total area. So if you see the triangle ABD, how do you calculate the area of a triangle? You are right, by using the formula half into base into height. So if you see this triangle ABD, we know that the base is AD and the height is BD. So I have written half into AD into BD. Alright? And what about the area of the rectangle AOCD? It's a very simple formula, length into breadth. So I have written AO and OC. Now if you see AD is nothing but equivalent to OC or T. So AD I have just substituted by T. And what is BD? go back to the previous equation of motion where you derived V minus U equal to AT. We know that BD is nothing but BC minus DC. Alright? And BC is nothing but V and DC is nothing but U. So instead of BD, I can write it as V minus U. So here I have substituted the value of BD by V minus U. So now I get it as half into T into V minus U plus AO is equivalent to U and OC is nothing but T. So U into T. Now again half into T, I will keep it as such, and V minus U. We know the first equation of motion, V equal to U plus AT. If you just bring U to the LHS, the other side, then you get V minus U equal to AT. So here in this equation, I am going to substitute the value of V minus U by AT. So half into T into, instead of V minus U, I have written AT. Alright? Plus U into T as UT itself. Now again half into, this is multiplication, so T into T is T square. So I have written it as half AT square plus UT. So finally I am getting the equation as S equal to UT plus half AT square. And this is going to be our second equation of motion. Alright? So check all the substitutions here. Only after we derive the first equation, we will be able to derive the second equation. And all the three equations of motions, we are going to derive using this velocity time graph and the same figure. Hello children. Now that we have derived the second equation of motion, let's try to solve a problem related to this equation. I'll first read out the question for you. A racing car has a uniform acceleration of 4 meters per second square. What distance will it cover in 10 seconds after the start? So whenever you are trying to solve these problems related to equation of motion, you will just write down the equations at the corner. So we have learned the first equation of motion, V equal to U plus AT, and now we have also derived the second equation, S equal to UT plus half AT square. So we'll just make a note of both these equations, which will make it simpler for us to solve this problem. So as I told you earlier, we'll write all the given quantities. Uniform acceleration of 4 meters per second square. So let us represent acceleration by A, 4 meters per second square. What distance will it cover in 10 seconds after the start? Which means initially the racing car was at rest. So initial velocity will be, yes, it will be 0 meters per second. And time is given as 10 seconds. There is no mention about the final velocity, so we will leave it as such. And then they have asked us to calculate what distance will it cover. Okay, so we have to find the distance after 10 seconds. Now check this formula, check these equations. So V is not given, so we will not be able to make use of the first equation. Now the second equation, if you see, U is given, yes. T is given, yes. A is given, yes. So we have to find S and all the other quantities are given. So we will write, we know S equal to UT plus half AT square. Alright. Now we are going to substitute the values here. U is 0 into time is 10 plus half into A is 4 T square. Time square is 10 square, which is 10 into 10, 100. Alright. So 0 into 10 is 0 plus. You simplify it. So 4 gets divided by 2 and then 2 into 100 will be 200. So S or the distance is 200. And what about the unit? Acceleration is given in meter per second square. Velocity is given in meter per second. Time is given in seconds. So distance will be meters. So the distance will be 200 meters. Now I will give you a similar problem to solve. Try it out and then send me your responses.